Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
There's so many different stories that are trending right now. First of all, has everybody seen that fight in the bowling alley?
Whoa! Yeah, we hit the guy in the head with the ball.
Oh my God! Throwing bowling balls. Yeah. It looks like it's all women.
But there is one. She hit. I thought it was a woman that she hit too.
Oh, was it?
But side of the head with a bowling ball from about. It's hard to tell. 6-8 feet away.
Yeah,
that bowling ball is moving when it hits that woman in the side of the head.
Yeah, I've only seen the still pictures from the article. I haven't watched the video.
The video, slow motion one.
TJ, she gets hit in the side of the head, and it's. I don't know that I've ever seen anybody go down that fast. Like it had to knock her out immediately. It's crazy.
And you wouldn't expect that kind of behavior from bowling alley people.
I've never seen anything like it.
It's nuts. But that video was everywhere yesterday.
Yeah, this huge fight at a Miami. Yeah. And tons of bowling ball. I mean, that was just the one that clocked the girl directly in the head. But they were throwing bowling balls back and forth. I've never seen a fight like that before in my life.
Nuts.
So, yeah, that was trending all day yesterday.
And you say they were all women?
It looked, well, there was one guy kind of in the mix, but it was definitely a fight between groups of women. Yeah.
You're seeing more and more of that, you know.
Just women fighting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You see more and more women fighting.
It was ugly. I've never seen.
Because their anger is coming out that they don't have good men, and they have to place that anger somewhere. Place it on each other.
There's a hot take.
All right.
They're just upset because they don't have men.
Good men.
Good men.
They don't have good men.
Well,
there wouldn't a bowling ball have gone airborne if all those women had good men.
Yeah. But to show you how jaded I am, I saw that video. I was like, oh, my gosh. You know what? I haven't been bowling in forever. I'm dying to go. Like, you just kind of move on. It's like, doesn't really stick with you.
Yeah, you got a nice bowling center place in your town, Rick.
Do it?
Yeah, it's right close. It's very good. Very nice.
Yeah, I mean, it was like that fast. I was like, oh, that's horrible. I would love to go bowling. Get some nachos and have an ice cold beer and a pitcher.
You got plans for the weekend now.
Yeah, it's great. Today's National Specially Abled Pets Day. So if you... It's National Specially Abled Pets Day. If you have a specially abled pet, today is the day for you to...
Yeah, because every other day we know you're not paying any attention to it.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Today's the day that you raise awareness for your pet if there's special needs or awareness.
We're shining a spotlight on the needs of pets with disabilities. So today is that day. Britney Spears, there's another crazy Britney Spears thing. She was at the Chateau Marmont.
It's a sad story.
Yeah, and she's apparently hooking up with her former housekeeper or something. They're calling him her boyfriend. They were at this famed hotel, and something happened in the lobby of the hotel where somebody was jumping around. She injured her ankle.
Yeah, did you see the video of her showing how swolled up her ankle is?
It's definitely swolled up.
Yeah.
I mean, she was not lying.
You got to be elephant foot.
Yeah.
So they said that they called the cops because there was a disturbance. Somebody called the cops. And then after that was broken, no big deal, no problems, whatever. Brittany went to her room, and she and the boyfriend got into a fight about 11 o'clock in the room that was apparently very loud, very nasty. That's when the paramedics were called after that.
And she's railing on her mom in the ankle video. Was her mom there?
She's blaming her mom for calling the ambulance.
Oh.
Or for even showing up there, which I don't totally understand.
She says the paramedics showed up at her door, her word, illegally. Oh. And then her post ended with the quote, I'm moving to Boston, end quote.
Yeah.
Which kind of came out of nowhere, the whole thing. So.
Yeah, it's a wild scene. But those are just a few things that are now trending.
You know, when foreign networks play American movies, they take some liberties sometimes. I just am wildly amused by what happened to a Star Wars movie on a Chilean TV network. Next.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months, 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin. We're here with our friend Richard Toccato of the Richard Toccato Companies, and he's ready to save you some money, get you some money with an instant equity line of credit. How does that work, Richard?
Best product ever. We take a little bit of your information. We find out if you get an offer or not. If you get an offer, you can decide what you want to do. Get your money 4 days later. Pay off credit cards. Do home improvements.
I've done it. It's super simple. And again, start to finish, 4 days, you get your money. HomeWithRichard.com is where you get the process started. It's HomeWithRichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ Show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Here's how things work at the Ace and TJ Show. I was in the other room a minute ago, and Tech D Rob bought a dozen of Krispy Kremes. And I've been working on my fitness a little bit. I come walking back in the room, and I've got a Krispy Kreme because it's Friday. And Riggins looks up, the first thing I was about this. You supposed to be eating that? Damn, man. I'm down 2 pounds. I'm working hard.
Yeah, I knew because you told us you were trying to lose some weight.
First thing he says, you supposed to be eating that?
He's trying to keep you
Get off my back.
holding you accountable.
Yeah, right. I didn't ask you to hold me accountable, though. Usually, somebody says, hey, I need y'all to hold me accountable. Right. I have not said that. Oh. Ashland, Tennessee. There's a guy, as a former pizza delivery driver. Now, I did it way back in the day. There was no GPS. You know, they had to give you a description of how to get to their house, you know, when you were going out there. And sometimes there'd be a mix-up. Mix-ups don't happen as often today because we've got GPS. But there was an 18-year-old delivery driver in Ashland, Tennessee, who got mixed up and pulled into the wrong driveway accidentally. His name is Caden Wheeler. Now, why are we talking about Caden Wheeler if he's just a pizza guy who got a little mixed up and pulled into the wrong driveway? Because when he pulled into the wrong driveway, the homeowner decided not having that and fired 7 shots at him. God. He's like some 18-year-old guy who just pulls into the driveway, and next thing you know, it's like, pow, 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 pow.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, here he is talking about it.
I was literally about to get killed right there. So it's attempted murder, in my opinion. I do believe there is, if you do have reasonable cause, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but in certain cases like that, I don't think that was a reasonable cause, and therefore I don't agree with it.
Therefore, I don't agree with it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I like how nice he is, though. He's like, I mean, I think, I understand it, but I don't think that was reasonable cause. I don't agree with it.
No, when you got that big lit up sign on the top of your car that says pizza.
Got a lot of big things happening this weekend. Tomorrow, the 150th running of the Kentucky Derby. Sunday is Cinco de Mayo. Oh, but tomorrow is also Star Wars Day.
Yeah.
May the 4th be with you. But it's just kind of an excuse to play. That's why this was posted, and I saw this, and it's hilarious. So there's a television network in Chile that ran 3 Star Wars movies in the early 2000s, and instead of having commercials, they sold the sponsorship rights to a beer company and just cut the beer company into the movie. For example, they edited their jingles just into the movie. Like, watch this. Listen.
I was once a Jedi Knight, the same as your father. Which reminds me, I have something here for you.
That's pretty good.
So what happens is Obi-Wan Kenobi reaches back, and when he really pulls out a lightsaber in the movie, they have superimposed on the screen an ice chest with beer, and he pulls out that beer. They did it all the way through the movie. That's how they played the commercials.
Yeah, I like that. Makes me want to watch that movie.
Yeah, I would watch it. I would way faster if it had that than just the regular Star Wars.
Heck yeah, you just be
I'd
waiting
be
for
laughing.
it.
Yeah.
Real quick, is there an epidemic of guys crying? We've got to do it like an emergency group therapy just because there's more guy crying stories. Next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler's a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
The Johnson Group has been cleaning some of Charlotte's most prestigious businesses since 1985. Family owned and operated. Learn more at acetj.com/clean. It's first class cleaning with the Johnson Group.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ Podcast and Radio Show.
Every Tuesday on the Ace and TJ Show, we do group therapy. You have a problem, you need some help, nobody to turn to, whatever the case may be. You just DM us. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's serious. So it was this past Tuesday, wasn't it? Where the guy, or was it last week, where the guy cries in the shower? It was last week. Where she hears the guy, she was hearing her boyfriend cry in the shower and sobbing several times. And she did, like, this kind of changing how I look at him. Well, then this came in yesterday, and I'm not sure what's happening. I've never heard of this before. Hey, I've been with my boyfriend for 4 months. We're both active and into fitness. It is the main point of attraction for us both. Recently, we started working out together every night. It didn't take long to notice he does something in the gym that I've never seen before. He cries. It first happened while he was doing squats. I just thought he was straining too much and only mentioned the tears streaming down his face because I thought he was hurting himself. He assured me he was fine, and I let it go. Then, after doing some intense cardio, he stood with his head leaning on the wall and just started sobbing. I asked him what was wrong. He said, nothing was wrong. He explained that he just gets emotional sometimes when working out. He said it actually makes him feel better, and he valued the emotional release of working out just as much as the physical. I am 26. I've been working out since high school. I've never once seen someone cry at the gym. Is this normal?
No.
I got to admit, it makes me want to work out with him less. And I'm even concerned about his mental state.
You should be.
She's like, am I right for reconsidering our relationship?
As a man who cries a lot, that's a lot of crying.
Yeah.
I don't think you're right for reconsidering it because you should be already out of it.
Right.
This message should have been sent from the
Yeah,
outside.
there should have been no reconsidering it. There should have just been, all right, well, this has been fun.
Well, okay. Thanks for stopping by.
But he's saying it's not emotional. It's just sort of the way his body is reacting to the exercise.
Yeah, no, he said it's an emotional release.
It's an emotional release. He values the emotional release of working out as much as the physical. So for him, my understanding of it is, for him, it's the equivalent of a girl going home, a woman going home and saying, I just need to cry right now. And playing a song or doing whatever it takes that gives her that emotional release.
Okay.
And crying. For him, something about working out, somehow it releases all these emotions in him and he's crying in the gym. I've never seen that before. Never.
Well, mental health professionals say that it is normal, especially in times of stress. Yeah, and that just shows you how crazy, the mental health profession has gotten.
In the gym? I don't know.
Yeah, there's a whole article about it in the New York Post, and the therapists are saying, yeah, it's normal. But they're mainly talking about women.
Yeah, like
yeah, that makes a difference. Makes a big difference. So you think she should get out of the relationship and like stop reconsidering it and go ahead and bail?
And the gym should revoke his membership.
Well, that's a little much. So what you thinking?
No, not at all. He's just making everybody weirded out in there.
Okay.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
All right, look at us back here again with Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Company. You like that, don't you?
Well, it's really Ricardo. I mean.
So we tell you all about Richard all the time about what he can do for you, especially when it comes to this instant equity in your home.
Yeah, the instant equity thing is just awesome. You get an offer. I don't have to hard pull your credit. I don't even need your Social Security number. It's simple. We make you an offer. You can move. You can, if you want to get less or you want to do the terms different. It's so easy. It's all electronic. You can close the same day. Get your money 4 days later. You know, we have a lot of listeners calling in, taking care of debt that way. We have people adding, backyard barbecues, whatever they need.
Now, listen to that. You call in, they set it up, your money's there 4 days later. It's all done essentially in one day, and you're just waiting on the cash. It doesn't get any better or any easier than that. And it all starts by going to homewithrichard.com. That's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Currents is Lake Norman's #1 lifestyle magazine. Every month, Currents brings you the latest news on what's happening in the Lake Norman area. They've been serving the Lake Norman community for over 13 years. See the latest issue of Currents now at lncurrents.com.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Here, everything you need to know for the weekend is right here. Let's start with today. Big movie opening this weekend, The Fall Guy. Ryan Gosling is a Hollywood stuntman, flies to Australia to work on a movie directed by his ex-girlfriend, Emily Blunt, but he gets there and finds out the producer lied. The star has gone missing, and they want him to track him down. It's loosely based on a TV show from the 80s. And if you remember that TV show, Lee Majors, the star of that show, it actually makes a cameo appearance at the end of the movie.
Well, you've ruined it now.
Well, yeah, I'm sure you were living for that, Rob. Tomorrow is the Kentucky Derby. 6:45 Eastern, I think, is when the race actually happens. But I think the coverage starts at about 11 o'clock, very similar to the Super Bowl. It runs all day.
I got me some brand new saddle Oxfords. I'm ready to strap them on.
Yep.
Get me a mint julep.
And Sunday is Cinco de Mayo. And it's kind of a bummer when it falls on a Sunday, but it is not, just a reminder, not Mexican Independence Day. 60% of Americans at a recent poll said, don't really know why we celebrate Cinco de Mayo. Do you know? I mean, I know everybody knew it wasn't Mexican Independence Day, but do you know why we actually celebrate it?
I know what it stands for. I don't know why we celebrate it.
So what does it stand for?
Didn't they beat the French or something?
Yes, they beat the French at the Battle of Puebla.
Yeah.
Why do we celebrate it?
Why do we celebrate it?
Because in the 80s, some beer brands got together and went, we need something else other than St. Patrick's Day. In the 80s, Anheuser-Busch, Miller, and Coors made a push to spin Cinco de Mayo as Mexican St. Patrick's Day in order to create a day to sell more beer.
Oh.
Yeah. And the top ways Americans celebrate, everybody's going to be eating Mexican food, drinking margaritas and beer, and it says celebrating Mexican culture. I never see the celebrating of Mexican culture because I think everybody thinks they're having Mexican food and Mexican beers. They think that's celebrating Mexican culture.
Yeah. Well, we foster a Chihuahua every year on that day.
How kind.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah. Will you make it a point to do something on St. Patrick's on Cinco de Mayo? Will you have Mexican?
No.
Oh, my wife's already planning.
Really?
Oh yeah. Okay, so we have Mexican food on Sunday.
Cute.
Hey, she loves Mexican. That's her probably her favorite. So that's one of those.
Mine too.
Yeah. You could say, I looked at Mexico on a map today. Well, let's go have Mexican food.
Absolutely.
But the thing is that I told y'all I eat some form of a taco probably 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of tacos.
Yeah. But anything can become a taco. You just put it in a tortilla.
Anything can become a taco.
You can take dang turkey and dressing, put it in a tortilla. That's a Thanksgiving taco.
This is what the Pilgrims had.
Copyright ATJ Inc.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
You know what's coming next. It's the thing you wait for all week. The week that was pop culture, the week that was the Ace and TJ show reviewed for us with Riggins, and the week in review.
It's been a debate here for years.
Does great furniture look good?
Or does it feel good?
Does it fit the style of the room good?
Or does it sit good?
Well, after years of debate
and years of research,
we've decided great furniture
is good fitting
and good sitting.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and get an Adirondack chair for just $279. In stock and ready to rock only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
Create an unforgettable experience with the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com. Weddings, banquets, shows, expos, they do it all at the Cabarrus Arena. Learn more at cabarrusarena.com.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Ooh. Riggins put his middle finger up to me.
I didn't know what you were about to say. Yeah. What's the deal that you're hassling me about having a donut?
Oh, I was just kidding. If you weren't so skinny, I would never make that joke. You're withering away before us.
Say it again.
You're so skinny. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. Where did he go?
Oh, man.
Turn to the side and he just disappears. Oh my God.
All right, sing your little song.
So here we go. The week that was pop culture, the week that was the Ace and TJ show reviewed for us in song, thanks to Riggins and his week in review.
And this is my song, it's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you. There's protesting on college campuses. I can't understand what's wrong with them. What happened to smoking weed out of an apple behind the dorms at 2 a.m.? They say college students aren't drinking or smoking like they used to. At least that's what I heard. So protest whatever you want. To me, you're still a nerd. I hate to see what's happening in our country. I'm losing all my hope. Red Lobster is considering bankruptcy, and they say Britney Spears is broke. And this is my song, it's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you. Today is National Specially Abled Pets Day. Yes, that's what I said. TJ, if you roll your eyes any harder, they're going to fall right out of your head. It's also National Paranormal Day. Ace's sister is way into this when time will allow. Ace, I'd make a joke about her, but I know you're going through a lot right now. Tech D Rob is heading to Virginia today. I don't know if he's ever been. Colonial Williamsburg, Monticello. No, he's playing Star Wars at a Holiday Inn. This is my song. It's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you. Ace's birthday is approaching quickly, and I know what you're going to say, but Ace is still really cool in an old pervert kind of way. Taco Bell introduced Baja Blast Gelato and other items. Fans must have felt like they hit the lotto, but the people who like Baja Blast can definitely not pronounce gelato. And my neighborhood is hosting a yard sale on Saturday and Sunday. This weekend is all about personal pleasure. I'm going to drink some wine, take an edible, and mosey around to find some treasure. And this is my song, it's called The Week in Review. It's a week's worth of shows summarized for you. No special effects and no auto-tune. Just me and my guitar performing for you.
Man, that was real nice.
Yeah. Thank you.
One of the best ones you've had in a while. That was really well done.
Thank you.
Very, very.
Very nice.
Very, very. That was
you.
very. That was so.
Thank you.
That
Made
was
my day.
so very.
That got me going.
You know.
So fun.
Yeah. It was so Riggins. That's what it was.
That's right.
I mean, that's just.
Needed that. Oh.
So. And then they started laughing.
Oh, everybody just roared.
Mm-hmm. You know, my wife and her family always say that if they're telling a story and somebody laughed and they're obviously telling you some funny part of the story, and then they'll always go, she started laughing. Like, okay, that's good.
It's good.
Yeah. All right. So, what you doing with that apple juice? You supposed to be grown. Big debate coming up next. Hang on.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Well, here we are, another new year, and you're again going to try to lose that weight you've been needing to lose for a long time. Well, here's what you need. You need Calitrin to help, because Calitrin is not a drug. No, not at all. It is natural and effective. It's scientifically proven to help you lose weight and get better sleep. When you buy 3 months supply of Calitrin, you will get 3 months free right now, and consistency is the key with Calitrin. So order it today at acetj.com/weight loss. It's Calitrin.
Meal delivery services are a big thing right now, but Table and Twine is your local meal delivery service. The meals are fresh, not frozen like national chains. Plus, their meals start at just $7.99 a serving. Take back that time in your day, leave the shopping, preparation, and cooking to Table and Twine. Get details at tableandtwine.com. That's tableandtwine.com.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So happy to be with y'all. So happy for y'all to be with us. It's just so wonderful. Wonderful on a happy day. On Cinco de Mayo Eve. You know. If y'all were at a job, you know, maybe I don't know, a construction site or something like that. Y'all work in construction, and it's lunchtime, and they, you see one of the your coworkers pull out a big thermos, and in the thermos is ice cold apple juice. Would that seem weird? This is what this was out on the internet.
Yeah,
and the internets was trying to figure it out if that was a strange thing.
I think I would say odd, not weird. I wouldn't think like you're a weirdo. I would think, well, that's odd.
Do you think it's immature?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Yeah. So it's weird for it's
delicious, but to bring it to work in a thermos, it's odd.
Yeah.
It's weird,
but not odd to drink it at home.
Still kind of odd.
I wouldn't. No, the location wouldn't change that for me. If they brought it at work, I would just think that's kind of odd.
What if it's a juice box, apple juice box?
No, I think they just brought it because it's easier on the job.
Come on, a guy brings a juice box onto the job site. You don't think that's odd? No. Oh, stop it, Ace.
What about one of those little Martinelli's ones that looks like an apple?
Yeah, those are really
well. I mean, that would be too much, but yeah.
You probably wouldn't think anything of that, would you, Rob?
I think it's weird. I haven't had apple juice in I don't know how long, but it's delicious. But I also know it's weird. I think it would be weird to drink it in public.
Okay. Well, they didn't go into this important part of it, the question that I'm about to ask. Is apple juice the most immature juice?
No.
Maybe grape juice to me.
I think, maybe grape juice.
I beg to differ.
Because my son loves grape juice.
Me too.
It's good.
We have it in the thing, but the thing being the refrigerator.
Yeah. Grape juice is real good.
But
why is apple? I think more immature than apple or cranberry.
I think apple juice would be more immature because you don't give a baby grape juice.
Right. Okay.
So you don't start. You don't start drinking grape juice until you get a little bit older.
And would cranberry juice be the least immature because you make drinks out of it?
Well,
vodka cran.
But you also, it's also for bladder infections.
Yeah, UTIs.
Prune
like
juice
that.
might also be one of the older ones too.
Oh yeah. I think it would be weirder if a guy who's working on a job site pulled out prune juice.
Yeah, me too.
Absolutely.
I would think it would be more weird for him to be drinking such an old beverage as opposed to a young beverage.
What if he had a little thing of orange juice on the job? You don't think anything about that, do you?
I would think you're out here in the heat working and you're drinking orange juice. I think that would be the weirdest.
See, I think that would just be odd.
Because it's not a thirst quencher.
I know, but it wouldn't be as weird to me as, I don't know, some of the others.
Yeah, if he's drinking orange juice out there, like, well, you're not quenching anything. Yeah. You're adding to it. You're putting other stuff in your throat. All right, so that's something you can talk about all weekend. And please, no fisticuffs. Don't let it get to fisticuffs with your loved ones.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
If you want all of the heating, air, and electrical work in your house done by the very best, then you need Bradham Brothers. They've been a family business thriving for over 50 years, and that means they're doing something right. Go to Bradham Brothers.
This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
I am what you would call a keeper of odd knowledge. I love little tidbits of odd knowledge. You know the famous singer Marvin Gaye, who was shot and killed in the 80s by his dad.
Yeah.
And they have not patched things up between them.
Interesting.
Because his dad killed him. But Marvin Gaye is spelled Gaye, but that was not his original name. He changed his name. Actually, he changed the spelling of his name. He added the E to it because it was Gay, Marvin Gay, Marvin Gaye still. But he added the E early in his career when there were questions about his sexuality.
Just because his last name was Gay, people were questioning his sexuality?
No, it wasn't just the name thing, but he, it added to it because it also changed the pronunciation of his name because before he added the E and became Marvin Gaye, it was pronounced Marvin Gaye, like that. So
it
was just a full transition of the pronunciation.
Proof it's not what you say, but how you say it.
And then a lot of people don't know this, but his real first name is Ooh.
So his full name then is
Marvin Gaye. But he made that little change. The next thing you know, he rocketed to the top of the charts. Sexual healing.
What's going on?
What is the that sexiest song that he has? Let's get it on. Yeah, let's get it on. Ooh.
Did he do I Heard It Through the Grapevine? Is that him?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. You know Marvin Gaye? Rob? I figured you would know that.
He's built this entire conversation around wanting to use that phrase on the radio.
Yeah.
You know Marvin Gaye.
I do know that Marvin Gaye.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you just know Marvin Gaye.
Oh, I do know Marvin Gaye, right?
Uh-huh.
You cut it wrong, apparently.
Yeah.
Come on, Rob.
My bad.
I mean,
keep up.
I know that man, Marvin Gaye.
Mm-hmm. Still not.
Too many words.
I know. I'm trying.
You know Marvin Gaye.
I know. I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm not doing a good job.
But it works as a question to another person with its original pronunciation. Rob, you know Marvin Gaye.
I know Marvin Gaye.
See?
There we go. Got it.
There you go.
Well,
Thank you.
Okay. It can use a little word, but at least you got it that time. Yeah.
Let's move on, please.
Using too many words, man.
But I mean, that's why he changed his name. That was the main focus of the whole thing. Just as a little tidbit of knowledge. All right. It is a day, and therefore there is a new warning about Ozempic and the other weight loss drugs people are taking now. And it's kind of like a deal with the devil, so to speak. So we'll tell you that coming up next.
It's radio. It's a podcast. It's the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show. More next.
Our friend, the world famous Richard Toccato is here with us. And thank you so much for reaching out to Richard. He's telling us all the time about how many listeners are reaching out and saying, hey, show me about that refi. And let's do some stuff like that. That's the way you put it, though. Show me about that refi.
Show me about that refi.
What you got about that refi? The cool thing is Ace has said, we have a lot of options, and we have, I'm doing refinances for people. We have people down in Greenville, North Carolina. We have them at the beach at South Carolina. We have them in Charlotte. And the main thing is to refinance, make their finances better, take the stress of every month. If I save them $700 a month, $800 a month, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah, it's a real big deal. $700 a month. That's fantastic. And again, we've talked about this before. Richard's a broker. That's how he gets more options than a bank. He can do more. Just go to homewithrichard.com to get started. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
When it comes to buying or selling a house, there are all kinds of people that can help you do that, but not like the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. They are so much more than just real estate salespeople. Find out by going to acetj.com/Temple team.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Ooh. So, it's still a popular thing, people taking these types of diabetes drugs that are causing weight loss. They're using them for weight loss instead of diabetes. Ozempic is the main one that everybody knows, like the most recognizable name. So we'll just use that as a generic. But along with the warnings that people say about having abdominal paralysis and things like that, there was a new one today, a side effect that people are seeing in Ozempians, and that is women's. They're called, you got Ozempic face is what they've called that one where your face is just sunk in, you look emaciated or whatever. Well, now there's Ozempic breasts.
Oh no!
Yeah, because it's causing sagginess and all of that. Because when you lose weight, that happens. You because some of what's filling up your body is fat. Yeah. And so now that was kind of like when they came out with Propecia, the hair loss drug. So it was marketed in the beginning like, men, if you take this Propecia, you won't lose your hair. It'll keep you from losing your hair. Or, I don't think it ever claimed to regrow hair, but it'll keep you from losing your hair. But the side effect that everybody talked about was impotence. And you go, okay, well, is that not a deal with the devil? Yeah. I mean, you want to keep your hair so you look good, so you be attractive to the women, but it's not going to do you any good. Yeah. You could have a head full of thick, luscious hair, and then attract the women. But if you can't keep them in the boat, it doesn't do any good. Yeah. So I think this is kind of one of those deals. You take this miracle weight loss drug, and you lose weight, and you get down to the size that you've always dreamed of being, and then all of a sudden you got Ozempic breasts.
Yeah, but I think it's a much easier decision for women losing weight in this scenario. They'd much rather be more thin with less breast.
Not less, just repositioned.
Yeah,
deformed.
But they can always then go get a procedure.
Sure,
to do that. But I'm guessing it works the same way in men's. Men's will be having Ozempic breasts.
Yeah.
Rob, when you go to Richmond this weekend to play in your Star Wars card game tournament and thing, see if you spot any male Ozempic breasts.
Oh.
And if you think you see somebody with it, ask the guy to let you see him.
I don't think I'm going to do that. Show me them things.
Boy, you don't think that would be?
I know you got that Ozempic breasts. Let me see it.
Come on, boy.
Come on.
I bet you'd be the most popular guy in the tournament.
I bet.
going around asking other nerds if you can see their male Ozempic breasts.
They're going to kick me out.
You think?
Yeah, that would not make somebody happy.
Oh, man.
Leave your Star Wars cards and just leave. Just leave.
You want to call the cops.
Just get out of here.
I'm going to call the cops from Grand Theft Auto to come get you. All right, so it's just we could call this the medical moment of the show for the day.
Yeah, Riggins and now trending next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
If it's trending, it's here now. This is Now Trending with Riggins on the Ace and TJ Show.
A lot of stories happening in the world, a lot of things to cover. The top trending topics we'll get to in just a second. I'm sure you already know what they are, though. But kind of crazy news yesterday, that second Boeing whistleblower was found dead of a mysterious infection. That's like the second person in less than a month that have called out the practices of Boeing. And this all kind of started when that door plug flew out. I think it was on a flight from Alaska to Seattle or something like that, or California to Seattle, and that whole door flew out because it was missing bolts. And then this whistleblower came out and said Boeing's, not following its own practices and standards, and it's going to eventually cause a disaster. That guy died, and now, this week another person died. His name was Joshua Dean.
I mean, whatever the circumstances, it is odd that two whistleblowers, both of them are now dead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just say what you want about just like that's weird.
It is an unfortunate coincidence, I guess.
Referees better be on the lookout.
What does that mean?
Referees,
whistleblower.
Yeah, because they're the biggest whistleblowers among us.
Oh, got it.
You're next.
They're dangerous.
Yeah, but this guy's 46 years old, appears to be in great health, and then just mysterious infection, falls dead. So that Boeing was trending all day yesterday. They're introducing new Chips Ahoy. Are Chips Ahoy way overrated as cookies?
Yes,
I love them.
I love Chips Ahoy. I like
Do you?
They're delicious.
I don't like a crunchy cookie.
I like the chewy Chips Ahoy is the best.
Okay, well they're
that
rolling
doesn't
out.
count.
But they're
Yeah, I like the crunchy Chips Ahoy a lot.
The classic blue Chips Ahoy.
The classic one, and then you dip them in some milk, and they're perfect when they're dipped in some milk. But even without them, I love them.
Well, they're rolling out a new recipe this week, so I don't know if they're making them better. But if you already like them, you might be upset when you try the new one. So just a heads up.
I haven't had them in forever, but I will try them.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll eat them just like any other chocolate chip cookie. I'll be like, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would rather have a soft one.
Me too. I totally agree.
I just want everybody to know that Riggins goes, "Are you sure?" And then he runs his eyes up and down and like, "Are you sure, Fatty?"
Oh, so.
He's so sensitive about it now. I can't help it.
Are you sure? And he looks me up and down like,
Are you sure?
Are you sure you don't have cookies a lot?
"You want to rethink that, big boy?"
Right. You want to continue being a goo-goo doll? A big tub of goo.
You want another donut?
Yeah. I'm just kidding. Ace is very thin, and it wouldn't be funny if he was fat. But he's not, so it's very funny.
It still would be funny.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing, Rob. No, it'd still be funny. I would still laugh at it.
Some Mother's Day drama next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Our friend, the world famous Richard Toccato is here with us. And thank you so much for reaching out to Richard. He's telling us all the time about how many listeners are reaching out and saying, hey, show me about that refi. And let's do some stuff like that. That's the way you put it, though. Show me about that refi.
Show me about that refi.
What you got about that refi? So the cool thing is Ace has said, we have a lot of options, and we have I'm doing refinances for people. We have people down in Greenville, North Carolina. We have them at the beach at South Carolina. We have them in Charlotte. And the main thing is to refinance, make their finances better, take the stress of every month. If I save them $700 a month, $800 a month, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah, it's a real big deal. $700 a month. That's fantastic. And again, we've talked about this before. Richard's a broker. That's how he gets more options than a bank. He can do more. Just go to homewithrichard.com to get started. Homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.
Don't just listen to the Ace and TJ Show. Watch it. Now available 24 hours a day on YouTube. Just search for Ace TJ TV. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
People are winning on the Ace and TJ family app, acetj.com/app. We've given out pairs of tickets to the Love and Life Music Fest, which starts today in Uptown Charlotte. Runs all weekend.
That thing is huge.
It's a monster music festival.
Monster. It's like the thing that you'll see it all weekend trending, almost all weekend. But there was a girl yesterday that messaged us like, I'm going to get my wristbands Friday morning. I'm so pumped.
We've been
excited.
Giving out tickets all week through Ace TJ Prime Rewards, which you can play on the Ace and TJ family app. And then soon we've got the Mother's Day Spa Experience package from the Hyatt Centric South Park, which is going to be phenomenal. Hour-long massage, overnight accommodations, late checkout. It's going to be amazing. So all these people are winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. You can play it on the Ace TJ family app. Start today. So as we approach Mother's Day, which is now 2 weeks away.
A week from Sunday.
A week from Sunday.
Yeah.
A lot of people are discussing the perfect Mother's Day. We played that audio earlier this week where a woman said, Mother's Day is not for all moms. It is for moms in the trenches, is the phrase she used. Mother's Day is supposed to be for moms in the trenches. Therefore, I don't want to go to my mother-in-law's house to have a brunch there, or even go to my own mom's house, because I've got young kids and I'm in the trenches and I'm working hard. Mother's Day is about people like me. Well, the majority of the people that responded in the comments were like, that's just unfair. Mother's Day is about all mothers. And now you're starting to see articles, not just gift lists, perfect gift items for mom, but the perfect gift items for cat moms. And the perfect is spelled like PURRRFECT. So the perfect gifts for cat. This isn't funny. It's a gift list for cat moms. The perfect.
That's idiotic.
But they don't say if you only have cats and not kids. They say if your favorite child happens to be your cat. So
that's good.
I think that's a little bit better.
It is. That's way better.
If you prefer your cat over your own
actual children, you don't. Should have your children take it away.
Very judgmental.
Wow.
You also, if you're a human, you cannot be the mother of any animal, a pet. You're not their mom.
Take it back.
You took that cat away from its mom. That's what you did. You took it away from its mom.
You're a kidnapper.
Yeah, that's what you are.
What does your perfect Mother's Day look like? We'll get to it next.
Live on your radio and anytime you want us, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue, and never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do the higher end shots.
Now 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
Available when you want it, how you want it. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
We are talking about Yo Mama. Yo Mama, specifically. Ace, is this Amanda's first Mother's Day?
Yeah.
You better pull out all the stops.
Yeah. What does that mean exactly?
It means pull out every trick you got.
I'm focusing on keepsakes. It's going to be my focus. Things that she can have forever and look back upon as her first Mother's Day. So rather than, we already have a lunch plan, but rather than like extravagant gifts, we're going more like things that she will always be able to look at and go, that's my first Mother's Day.
Mementos.
Yeah.
Special keepsakes. Okay. All right, I get that.
Things that she sent me that she likes.
Diamonds.
That's not even a lot. She sent a couple of things. Like, see this for Mother's Day?
Oh.
I get it.
My son and I are taking my wife to a minor league baseball game.
Really?
Yeah. That's what she wanted to do.
But Jody loves baseball. So
that's what she wanted to do.
Oh, okay. Good for her.
I don't want to go sit in some restaurant, have to wait on a table and all that. No.
Does she like a hot dog?
Yeah, that was going to be the next thing I said. I love a hot dog.
Yeah, I mean, if you just want a cool, fun day and go have a hot dog and maybe drink a beer, that's cool with me.
Yeah, and she's like, I don't even want to know how many points this is on Weight Watchers. I'm just enjoying it.
It's her day. That's what she should be doing.
So what does your perfect Mother's Day look like? And there was this report out earlier this week that I think it said 40% of mothers would be totally fine. They would actually prefer to spend Mother's Day without their kids. So what does it look like for you? There's a lot of these answers. Katie said, just being able to sleep in, drink my coffee without needing to reheat it, and my kids behaving all day. I just think a little solo time that day would be nice. Not the whole day, but a little bit would be great. Ashley said, I cook, the family comes, we eat, I clean up, and then I take a nap. Easy and simple. That's pretty selfless.
So she does the cooking and the cleaning, and then she takes a nap.
Yeah. My mom does all the cleaning on Mother's Day, too.
Really?
At cooking, yeah. Oh. Cooking and cleaning. It never even occurred to me to be like, hey, do you need a hand with that? Not once. More coming up next.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
All right, look at us back here again with Richard Toccato and the Richard Toccato Company. You like that, don't you?
Well, it's really Ricardo.
So we tell you all about Richard all the time about what he can do for you, especially when it comes to this instant equity in your home.
Yeah, the instant equity thing is just awesome. You get an offer. I don't have to hard pull your credit. I don't even need your social security number. It's simple. We make you an offer. You can move it. You can, if you want to get less or you want to do the terms different. It's so easy. It's all electronic. You can close the same day. Get your money 4 days later. We have a lot of listeners calling in, taking care of debt that way. We have people adding, backyard barbecues, whatever they need.
Now, listen to that. You call in, they set it up, your money's there 4 days later. It's all done essentially in 1 day, and you're just waiting on the cash. It doesn't get any better or any easier than that. And it all starts by going to homewithrichard.com. That's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
Live each weekday on your radio, anytime you want, wherever you get podcasts. This is the Ace and TJ podcast and radio show.
Go get the Ace and TJ family app. It's great. You can listen to all the podcasts, all the shows. TJ's podcast, which airs every day at 10 a.m. Eastern. Ace and Friends streams every day at 3 p.m. Eastern. Rob does the nerd news, getting you filled in on all the nerdy things going on in the world. So it's great. acetj.com/app, or you can go find it in your app store. And Rob's got a big weekend planned, and I'm sure we'll talk about it later. But yeah, he's traveling out of town. He put it in our show calendar that he's got to stay near the airport.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, so it sounds like a great place to stay.
I thought for a minute you were going to say where you're staying.
No.
Give it out.
No.
Let's do it.
Yeah, but I had a solicitor come by yesterday. He was selling pest control, and I don't need pest control. I have a pest control company. He was this young guy, and my dog went nuts. Was going nuts before the guy rang the doorbell. He was flying around the house, and it occurred to me as I answered the door, as my dog was running around, I wish there was another word to describe the moment when your dog has the zoomies. It's very, very embarrassing to tell somebody that, but they haven't come up with another word.
That's the word everybody uses.
It's the word the vet uses.
Yeah.
But I didn't know dogs had that. I thought they just used that word for cats.
Oh no, it's
zoomies.
a big word for dogs. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I think it's more for dogs and cats, actually.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
None of my dogs would ever be described as having zoomies.
Please. And it occurred to me as it was rolling, he's this young kind of cool guy, and I'm like, sorry, my dog's got the zoomies. I just want to close the door. I don't want to talk to you anymore.
I don't want to say the word zoomies, man. You know what I'm saying, right?
Isn't that so
It's
obnoxious?
so soft and
It's
childlike sounding.
It's just
It's
terrible.
almost like the word potty.
Exactly.
You want to go potty?
Yeah. Sorry, my dog's got the zoomies right now, but I'll check in with you. And there's an uptick in people Googling scared straight programs for dogs because all these young millennials and Gen Zers are adopting dogs from the shelter. And they're like, I've given you this amazing life and you don't seem to appreciate it. So is there a way to show these dogs how good they've got it by introducing them to a scared straight program where they go into like kennels and they've got like a tough taskmaster, giving them commands and stuff. I mean, you're a psycho. What?
Does that exist?
I'm not kidding. And not that I know of, but the Google searches are up like 400% since the pandemic.
I just feel like dogs wouldn't understand what you're trying to show them.
Yes, maybe not. Exactly.
This is the Ace and TJ Show.
Hey, radio family, we've got a new way to win. Ace TJ Prime Rewards. Win great stuff like gift cards, Ace and TJ merch, concert tickets, and exclusive money can't buy experiences. Win it all with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. It's so easy. Download the Ace and TJ Family app in your app store or at acetj.com/app and start winning with Ace TJ Prime Rewards. New winners every week. Fun and free. Get the app and play Ace TJ Prime Rewards. We always knew you were a winner. Now it's your chance to prove it. Get the app today.